Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 8th of December. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges Kashmiris to vote, says development only way out. Violence erupts as Imran Khan's PTI calls for Faisalabad shutdown in Pakistan. An IS recruit in Western India reveals of being a trained suicide bomber during interrogation. And now for all the details, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged the people of Jammu and Kashmir to choose ballot over bullet. The Premier, who took his political campaign to the poll-bound state, also promised jobs and water supplies to win support in the region, which is seeing record turnout in its elections so far.
India's ruling Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP is making fast moves towards winning power in the state's ongoing assembly polls. With an attempt to bring the people of Kashmir close to Indian mainstream, Prime Minister Narendra Modi took to the northern state, campaigning heavily on the hopes of bringing his party a first-ever majority. Amid heightened security, Modi addressed a crowd of hundreds of people who converged in its summer capital, Srinagar. He promised to direct his government towards the betterment of the Himalayan state.
मैं आज श्रीनगर की इस धरती से विकास के मंत्र को लेकर के आया हूं और मेरा तो मंत्र है सबका साथ सबका विकास। भेदभाव नहीं चलेगा, कहीं पर भी भेदभाव नहीं होना चाहिए।
Prime Minister Modi urged Kashmiris to come out and vote to uphold the respect of the 11 soldiers who died safeguarding the ongoing poll atmosphere in the state.
ये लेने पाने के लिए निकले हुए लोग नहीं हैं, ये कश्मीर के लिए अपनी जिंदगी देने वाले लोग हैं, अपना जीवन खपाने वाले आए लोग हैं, अपनी कैरियर खत्म कर करके आपकी सेवा करने के लिए निकले हुए लोग हैं। मैं आपसे आग्रह करने आया हूं, मेरे इन साथियों को विजयी बनाइए, उनको ताकत दीजिए और उनकी ताकत कश्मीर के काम आएगी।
The Indian Prime Minister also visited the army headquarters and paid tributes at the war memorial to the soldiers killed in Friday's pre-dawn deadly militant attack on an army camp in Uri. He had earlier in the day also campaigned at Samba in the Jammu region. Monday's rallies come despite a shutdown call by the Kashmiri separatists who protested against Modi's state visit. Hundreds of security and paramilitary forces were deployed in strength across Srinagar to ward off any untoward incident. In the light of a spike in violence, residents hoped that the Modi government would bring back the charm once Kashmir stood for.
हमारे कश्मीर को वो जिस कश्मीर को हमने जहन्नम में तब्दील किया था, अब उसको नए तरीके से जन्नत बनाए वो, बस हमारी तरफ से यही रिक्वेस्ट है उसको।
The weapons recovered from militants gunned down by the Indian forces reportedly were manufactured in Pakistan. Intelligence agencies had warned of a spike in terror attack in the valley targeting politicians and poll rallies in order to disrupt the polls. Jammu and Kashmir is voting in 5 phases to elect the next provincial government. The rise in terror strikes also coincide with the recent rally by the Jamaat-ud-Dawa chief and the 2008 Mumbai attacks mastermind Hafiz Saeed in Pakistan's eastern Lahore. Many in India condemned Pakistan's open support at side's anti-India and anti-US campaign.
Cricketer turned politician Imran Khan called for a complete shutdown of Pakistan's eastern city of Faisalabad on Monday. What was touted as the party's Plan C, however, turned violent after Khan's party locked horns with the followers of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. A report.
Violence erupted as the supporters of Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf or PTI clashed with those of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's Pakistan Muslim League in eastern Punjab province's Faisalabad on Monday. Accusing the government of not making any serious effort towards resuming stalled talks, PTI had enforced the shutdown, calling it the first of a series to target major cities in the country after a month-long demonstration in capital Islamabad. Urging the residents to maintain calm, Khan had on the eve of the closure said that all political parties in Pakistan had agreed that the general elections last year were rigged. He, however, added that it was only his party that undertook peaceful protests throughout the country seeking investigation on alleged electoral fraud.
फैसलाबाद में शटडाउन होगा। मैं फैसलाबाद के लोगों से फिर माजरत चाहता हूँ। आपको एक दिन की कुर्बानी देनी पड़ेगी। अगर आप इस मुल्क को तब्दीली चाहते हैं, एक नया पाकिस्तान देखना चाहते हैं, तो आज़ादी के लिए कुर्बानी देनी पड़ती है। लेकिन किसी को हम ज़बरदस्ती नहीं करेंगे। जो ताजर समझते हैं कि मुल्क ठीक चल रहा है, वो बेशक दुकानें खुली रखें।
Monday's shutdown came after Khan claimed of submitting proof of poll fraud before election tribunal, but he gave no answers to the questions posed to him.
इंसाफ तो यह है कि बैग्स पड़े, एविडेंस है, बैग्स खोलें, सबको पता चल जाएगा कि क्या हुआ इलेक्शन में, और वो खोले नहीं। इनकी पूरी कोशिश है कि ना खोले। इंशाल्लाह हमें उम्मीद है कि हमने अपनी पूरी एविडेंस रिकॉर्ड कर दिया मलिक साहब के सामने। उम्मीद है कि पीर को बैग खोलने का रिजल्ट मिलेगा।
हाँ साहब, अदालत के बाहर भी कुछ कहते हैं और अदालत के अंदर भी कुछ कहते हैं, और दोनों चीज़ों में आपको तजाद नजर आता है। कोई सबूत आज भी पेश नहीं किया गया धांधली के बारे में।
Accusing the country's election watchdog of supporting vote rigging, Khan has been demanding fresh elections in the country under a new election commission and not the current Nawaz Sharif government.
The Islamic State or IS recruit from India's western Maharashtra revealed to authorities that he has been trained by the militant outfit to carry out suicide attacks. A Mumbai court on Monday sent Arif Majid to an extended custody to National Intelligence Agency or NIA till December 22. Majid revealed that he made 3 failed attempts on security forces at different vital installations in Syria. The IS operative from Kalyan was arrested on charges of conspiring to commit a terrorist act and for being a member of a banned foreign terror outfit. 23-year-old Majid, who was returning from Turkey, was nabbed by the NIA last weekend. He, along with 3 of his friends, had eloped to Iraq in May to fight for the IS. United States and Pakistan are set to resume their defense consultation. Washington has reportedly handed over a top Taliban commander from Afghanistan to Islamabad. A report.
The US on Sunday confirmed of handing over to Pakistan 3 prisoners, including a senior Taliban militant held in Afghanistan. US-led forces had in October last year captured the former number 2 commander of Pakistan Taliban, Latif Mehsood, in an operation. Mehsood has been secretly flown to Pakistan. The move comes as a part of Washington's plan to empty its Afghan prison ahead of its NATO troops' withdrawal from the war-torn nation by the year end. Pakistan Army had also over the weekend claimed of killing a key Al-Qaeda leader wanted in the US. Adnan al-Shukri Juma was killed in a military raid in Pakistan's South Waziristan, its army said in a statement. The top commander, who has been described by the FBI as a leader in the militia's external operations program, was indicted in the US over a foiled plot to bomb the New York subway system. Washington had last week cut down Pakistan's limit of the coalition support fund to $1 billion for 2015. It had said Pakistan will receive its financial assistance only if the US Defense Secretary assures that Islamabad is continuing its crackdown in Waziristan.
Bangladesh has hailed India's continued support towards helping it maintain its sovereignty. Many said strengthening of ties will help the 2 nations jointly fight terrorism. This came as India arrested a suspect accused of plotting the assassination of Bangladeshi Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina.
Bangladeshis lauded the support given by India when the nation fought its independence war in 1971. Residents of capital Dhaka observed Indian Recognition Day with poise when Bangladesh attained the status of an independent and sovereign nation. Participants marked the occasion by holding a seminar on Indo-Bangladesh relations and regional security over the weekend. Many attending the event expressed gratitude towards India for helping Bangladesh during the time of war.
আমাদের পাশে এসে না দাঁড়াতো মুক্তিযুদ্ধ আরো দীর্ঘায়িত হতো, আরো অনেক বেশি মানুষ নিহত হতো। আমরা জিততাম, একবার যখন লড়াই শুরু হয়েছে জিততাম তো বটেই, কিন্তু দীর্ঘস্থায়ী হতো, যেমন ভিয়েতনামে লেগে গেছে প্রায় অর্ধ শতক।
Delegates also said that the 2 countries can take an initiative towards fighting militancy in the region.
এইটাকে যদি আমরা বাড়িয়ে রাখতে পারি, এটা জঙ্গিবাদের বিরুদ্ধে, টেররিজমের বিরুদ্ধে যদি বাংলাদেশ আর ভারত একটা পদক্ষেপ নিতে পারে বিশ্বস্তরে, আমার মনে হয় এই আঞ্চলিক নিরাপত্তার জন্য এটা একটা খুব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ পদক্ষেপ হবে।
India had late on Friday arrested a key suspect believed to be involved in a plot to assassinate Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and stage a coup there. Shahnur Alom, who was nabbed in a village in India's northeastern state of Assam, is under interrogation by the country's National Investigation Agency. According to reports, Alom is an operative of the pan-terror outfit Jamaat-ul-Mujahideen Bangladesh or JMB and was also behind a blast in eastern West Bengal. Indian security officials had uncovered a plot against Prime Minister Hasina in October after 2 members of JMB were killed in an explosion while building homemade bombs in Burdwan district. The JMB, which was also behind the 2005 serial blasts in Bangladesh, has been banned in both countries.
The State Bank of India has announced of launching an Islamic equity fund, the 4th of its kind in the country and the first by a state-owned entity. Market watchers are hopeful it can attract enough interest from a vast sector.
India's biggest lender, the State Bank of India, is calling it the Sharia Equity Fund, and sources say it's hoping to raise up to $16 million in its debut. After all, there is demand. The majority of India's 175 million Muslims remain largely excluded from the financial system because charging interest is prohibited in Islam. And only 3 other banks, Goldman Sachs, Tata and Taurus, offer such products.
There is a screening methodology adopted by Sharia board, and that will certify that all those companies which are in the business of paying interest or receiving interest, it has been screened out. So all those stocks which are left out will be then considered for investments by the SBI fund manager.
That means funds invested in alcohol, gambling, pornography, pork and tobacco would not be considered. India's stock exchanges have between 600 to 700 companies that are Sharia compliant. SBI officials are also quick to stress that the Sharia Equity Fund is open to all customers irrespective of religion.
A lot of people who are following those religious strictures may not be at all investing because they were not sure whether to indulge in the market generally or not. Once you have a earmarked fund, earmarked structure for them, I'm sure they will start investing in the market, and I think this can be only a welcome development for the market as a whole.
Analysts say having a state-owned entity offer Sharia-compliant funds is a big step in the right direction. But unless full-fledged Islamic banks are finally allowed to set up in the country, India may find it hard to convince its Muslim community to jump in.
Republic Day might be over a month away, but there was no dearth of patriotic fervour in the air as India set a new record of largest human flag. Take a look.
As every heart beated with nationalism, it was a proud occasion that gave India its moment of pride. Over 50,000 volunteers in southern Chennai began preparing from early morning to set a new world record for the largest human flag on Sunday. The special event, which was organized by the My Flag, My India campaign, was witnessed by 150,000 people. Participants from all walks of life, including students, servicemen and others, assembled holding placards of the tricolour to form the Indian national flag. Many said they felt proud to bring glory to India by beating neighbouring Pakistan, which had the record registered in its name earlier.
I'm proud that we did it to the Indian record, in world record, and proud to be Indian. That's it. Nothing else I can say. I'm so excited.
Guinea's official Saida Subasi presented the certificate validating the attempt and described the effort as a historic moment for India.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges Kashmiris to vote, says development only way out. Violence erupts as Imran Khan's PTI calls for Faisalabad shutdown in Pakistan. An IS recruit in Western India reveals of being a trained suicide bomber during interrogation. Now viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.